The voice. Goodness.
Welcome to Ignite Your Faith. I am Pastor Rob here at Antioch Baptist Church, where we enjoy celebrating and worshiping God's experience. Here, tonight on Ignite Your Faith, we want to talk about It's Your Anniversary. And so, with that, our host today is everybody calls him Wawa. You know him in the community, Bed-Stuy, Stay Alive. Brother Wawa, they call him Waleed. All right, yeah, take over.
Hey everybody. So welcome to Antioch's podcast, the Ignite Your Faith, where God has been faithful
Yes, yes.
to Antioch for 107 years. So we are in celebratory mode. We
Yes.
are in
Yes.
anniversary. I've been so excited. Uh, about last week, my excitement kicked in about what is going to go down
Yes. Come on, Mom.
this week at Antioch as we celebrate 107 years. Right now, we are here with our current pastor,
All right. All right. All
who
right.
has been given the torch
Our products are totally customizable and have stellar
20
ratings and reviews.
3 years ago. He was,
Right now.
God has passed the baton to him. He's pastor number 5,
Mhm.
and he's still kicking and alive.
Come on now.
I think he do more kicking than living. But we are blessed to have Pastor Waterman with us right now at this time, and our founding pastor, Reverend Pella,
Yes.
Reverend Pella, 1918,
Yes.
Reverend Pella, and then from him we had Reverend Lawrence,
Mhm.
and then from Reverend Lawrence we had Reverend Elliott, and from Reverend Elliott we had D. Darrell Griffin. Boy. And now we are here with Dr. Waterman, and we are sitting with our committee
Yes.
members, members of the committee.
Mhm.
We have with us Leslie Tanae Marshall.
Yeah. Family.
We have Maxine Wright, Deborah Richards, and our chairperson of the committee for the anniversary and homecoming celebration 2025, ladies and gentlemen, Elder Sheila
Yes.
Ravenel. Right. So we want to just welcome everybody, and we're going to talk about the anniversary. We want to talk about what is to be expected. What are the things that had to happen to put a 107-year anniversary in place? We want to talk about some hiccups. We want to talk about some what they do, like the overalls, like how we made it. So we want to just talk about, how we get to this place. But now, before we do that, I'm going to ask a question because we have a representation of just about, I'm not going to say 107 years. Right. Because it's not 107 years, but I'm gonna talk to. We just gonna talk to. I'm gonna ask everybody a question and try to answer this as short as you can, but just answer the question. All right, we're not gonna go. So Maxine, I'm gonna start with you because Maxine, even though I'm a few years older, I remember Maxine being a little cute Maxine that everybody loves. So I'm going to just ask you, how long have you been a member at Antioch? And what is your greatest memory of Antioch?
I've been a member at Antioch since I was 3 years old. So some would say that it's an embarrassing memory, but to me now that I'm older, I think it's a great memory. I remember for Sunday school we had to get up and present like what we learned. So I was so scared, and Miss Archer hugged me and was like, "What you crying for? Get up there and speak back like you do me every time." So I did, but I love Antioch, and it actually set the foundation for a lot of things in my life, like how to speak, how to read, know more about God. So yeah.
So now I'm gonna come over to Leslie Tanae Marshall and ask her the same questions. How long have you been a member of Antioch, and what is your greatest memory thus far?
I moved from Florida in 2007, and I would say I can't pinpoint one memory because I probably think of that when I'm sleeping tonight, and I'll wake up, I go, oh, I know what it was. But one thing, what I do love about Antioch, I'm not a loss for friends or family, but what I love most about Antioch is Antioch has become my family, my second family, and not just being spiritually connected, but friends that I speak to daily. We have fun together. We do things together. So Antioch to me is like my family. When I come here, I feel like not just because it's homecoming. I'm always coming. It's my church, So I feel good about that. I'm not just a visiting member or here and there. I have to be here on Sunday morning. I have to see this person. I have to see that person. Come to church to see God, but I have to see about my people, and my people see about me if I'm not here. So this is home, not just because it's homecoming.
Nice, 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 nice. And even though it is homecoming, it is a time for people to come home. It's come back home, even if it is a visit. So I'm going to come over to Deborah, Deborah Richards.
Yes.
How long have you been a member of Antioch, and what is your fondest memory?
I joined Antioch in 1990, and I had two great moments. They're equally as important. A few years later, both my sons were baptized here in Antioch. I joined under the pastorate of Reverend Elliott, and my other greatest moment was under Pastor Waterman. I was consecrated as deaconess.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Nice. That was under Reverend Waterman?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
It's first class.
It's like you've been. And now we have Sheila Carpenter, who is probably right now the youngest member here
I'm
of
sure
Antioch.
I'm sure of that. Yes.
So Sheila,
So-
when did you join Antioch?
Mhm.
How did you come to Antioch? And give us a fond memory.
So my children and I came to Antioch in 2010 when Antioch was in pursuit of a choir director. And Pastor Waterman and Trustee Lena Gates reached out. Well, actually, my husband was the one who directed me to Antioch because the former musician was the one who knew my husband, and he asked my husband, hey, he was actually trying to get him to come, and my husband was already engaged in another ministry, so he asked me if I would come and do it, and I said, oh, let's see, I don't know how this is gonna work, you're in Jersey and I'm in Brooklyn. But he was like, well, look, if you think this is something that we can do, we'll go ahead and do it. And the Lord has kind of given us that kind of ministry together. So, evangelistically, in music, we work in different places. So, in terms of fondest memories, there are so many. There are so many. But this one is kind of comical. I remember directing the choir,
Yes.
and I was so involved, and I really wanted the choir to sing. I wanted to get the depth of the song to come alive, get it out of them, and I become very animated. And this was one of the days when I decided to wear a little different hairdo, right? And I gave a jerk when I was directing the choir. And all I remember is seeing my kids' face. Their eyes bugged out. They were like, what? I didn't even realize what had happened. But the beauty about it wasn't even so much as that, because that was hilarious. But I will, the head of our dance ministry, Jubilant, Alicia Edwards, will always be my true sister, because in that moment, she was dancing, But she and Sheena, they saw what had happened when my hair went flying, and they came. Most people in the congregation didn't even know it happened because of the way they covered me in that moment. It was something really beautiful. I'll never forget it. But then the other side of it is that that pastor sitting next to you decided to reenact the moment, and in one of our rehearsals, he puts up on his head and flew it, took it off. But yeah, that was a fun.
Well,
It was
Sheila,
fun.
I remember that day. I remember that day.
Yes.
But I have to say this, Sheila, you have lost your hair.
Oh,
More than once. I know the first time you took us to Split Splash. Sheila took us to Split Splash. We had a bus trip to Split Splash.
terrible.
And Sheila is a Split Splasher. And when she went down in the water one day, I'll never forget this one of the white lifeguards. He was in the thing, and he just started going. And I'm like, everybody's looking, and Sheila's hair is just swimming on the water, and the hair is south, and Sheila's north. And I don't even think you realized it was off.
Take down his camera. Chill, stand up. The man is handing me the
right. So that's one of our greatest moments of Antioch. That's why Sheila's born there. It's 107. She's gonna get real excited. She said she ain't gonna have no distractions. So, one of my fondest memories of Antioch, and I came under the pastorship of Reverend Elliott. That's why I'm really super excited. Reverend Elliott was like a father figure. There's a lot of kids at Antioch, and one of the things that I really loved about Reverend Elliott is that he came with 3 biological children himself, but he always made time for us, for everybody, and he would have us at his house and things like that. They were very talented musically. They're very talented musically. But, we always had a lot of kids. We always had a lot of kids. Like the ushers, that's what made me come to Antioch. Some people, when Caroline Arch is my aunt, and you couldn't spend the night at her house. And you had to come to not only church, you had to come to Sunday school. So she always made it so I didn't like to spend the night at her house. I loved to spend the night at her house because my cousin was over there, but I knew that we had to come to church. But when I came to church, it really, when I came here, I was like, oh, it's like being at a party.
And how old were you when you?
I was like about 7, 8 when we really started, and then we got involved in different things. We was involved before my mother was involved. And then one of my fondest memories at Antioch has always been my fondest memory is watching Maxine's grandmother, Roberta Wright, who's a deaconess, and Roberta Wright and Deaconess Fran Gardner, and my aunt Deaconess Dolores Hampton, and those women were the first people that I've experienced the Holy Ghost with, because these are the ones, they didn't care. They would shout from, back then you had a few people in Antioch, not like it is now, because people gonna cut up and dance, But I remember that. So when I think about Antioch, I think about that. I think about the kids. Miss Richards used to be our vacation Bible school teacher, and I think sometimes Sunday school, and we would drive them crazy. We just loved each other. We just loved each other. This was truly extended family. So, and I had a lot of family coming back then. They used to call it the Crandall Baptist Church. So you just didn't know who was related to somebody or Crandall. So you better be quiet. But so it's good. It's good. So we are in now preparation for 107 years. And what people may not know is that we weren't always here in this spot. We wasn't here for 107 years. Right. So technically speaking, this building, I always wondered, how old is the building? How old is this church? Because Antioch, we moved from Duffield Street back in the 50s.
Yeah.
I want to say. So we was at Duffield Street. Right.
So yeah, we brought the building in 1948, 47, 48. We marched down here in 1949, 1950. So we brought the building a couple of years before the 1950. And so us being in this spot, if somebody could do the math real quick, that would be how many years that we've been here and we've owned this property. Let's go from 149.
75 years.
So 75 years we exist, we've held this together. So the building itself should be about 135
Yeah.
to 40 years old. It was called Green Avenue Baptist Church before we got here. Before the white flight, everybody knows the white flight deals with when the whites were moving out to Long Island and moving out to Queens. We lost our baseball team, which was the Brooklyn what?
Dodgers.
Dodgers, who went to LA Dodgers. So the Angels and Brooklyn Dodgers left New York City and went. They built the Shea Stadium, and that's when the Mets came. The Yankees have always been here, but the Brooklyn Dodgers were the key. And who was playing on the Brooklyn Dodgers? Anybody know?
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. And back in the historical day, Jackie Robinson's mother was funeralized here. So if you go through the history of Antioch,
And I believe that's because also Jackie Robinson's wife was a member.
somewhere in
Right,
there,
right. It was something, I believe that it was his wife that was a member. People used to say Jackie Robinson, but I think it was actually his wife. Well, it could have been him, but yeah.
right, and the mother was funeralized here, and we've had so many great people that walked through these doors. A lot of entertainers from Ruby D, Ossie Davis. We've had in my time, I've brought so many people here from gospel singers because Sheila has so much contact. I used to bring the old singers here. Sheila started bringing the new singers here. So we always kept this active. We always kept it moving. So Antioch's been in this building 75 years, about 75 years. So with that entail, you know, what is your not as only your greatest moments here? What are you all excited about in this 107 anniversary? What is your excitement? What keeps you coming back? No, let's go to the first question, the second question first. What keeps you coming back to Antioch? That you're here. What actually keeps you coming back? We could start with my left, and that's going to be either go ahead, Wally, Max or Leslie.
Age before. I'm just
And Max was like a baby coming here. You know, Max and Walik were kids. You know, and I've been here for 23 years. And Max is 40 now.
No.
That's
35.
That's right.
That's a good question. Because at first, when you're younger, it's more about the connections, right? It's more about making friends. Now, for me, I can honestly say it's ministry. Like I love my my worship ministry, and now I'm a part of the ministerial team. But I love to be able to worship. Like worshiping is my sanctuary. Like my time with God to say thank you, God. Like this is how much you mean to me. So for me, it's my ministry.
okay. Leslie?
Well, I'm allowed to be me. I'm a server, and I love to serve. I love to jump in. My grandmother was like that. My mother's like that. My grandmother was a trustee. I never knew. I knew we used to have to wait after church for 2 or 3 hours because she's the only one. When she passed away, I saw all these checks written. She would write them. Everything was in her name, and I never respected that until I watched our trustees stay 2 or 3 hours, and it makes me laugh when I was like, "What did she hurry up? I'm hungry." Like, so the things that I saw as a child that I didn't know exactly what was going on, I get to see it. And like Maxine said, when you're young, you're dragged, you're told you better come, da 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 da. But to become an adult, not just an adult in age, but an adult in your spirituality, and of course, we're fed well, and we're active, and that's the thing because there's churches that don't have, and we could also be real. This church is really like a family because we might today I want to strangle her, but she's still my sister, and I love her. And you know, I just never believed in church hopping, and so I came here one day. Sometimes I said, "Oh my God, I should have searched all over," but the word hit me the first time I came, and I joined, and I never left. And so I just thank God for that.
Yeah,
Thank you for
right
Dr.
before we go
Waterman.
to Sheila and Miss Debbie, we got some comments online. So we got Lori says she first joined. Deaconess Fran Carn spoke with her, but she's not telling you the truth because her
You always
first
say
encounter
always
was
say
at
the
the
people better.
cafe at the Sober Lounge where she met her husband.
Lori, he putting you out
Laurie
there.
McRae. So her husband was what she met. So she got involved with the church
Oh,
looking for a
Lori.
husband. So we had, what was that thing called, Wally? What was it? It was the speed dating.
Speed dating.
Speed dating. And so that's how she came to church, through speed dating. She knew that her husband was going to come, and she got here. She joined the choir, and Sheila has a habit of giving everybody a solo. So Lori did say she got her first solo, you know, because Sheila's going to make sure everybody on the choir
Thank you,
got it.
Sheila.
So if you want to join
It's about
Antioch
the
Baptist
spirit of
Church
the thing.
Choir and you want your solo, you can come to this church. You're going to get it one day. It's going to come to you because she has that habit of giving
Don't look at the
everybody
pastor's
a
face
solo.
either while it's happening.
So Cheryl says here her fondest memory is when Pastor Waterman was preaching with his robe on. Some people were sleeping, falling asleep. The next thing you know, he went jumping off of the pulpit with a Knicks jersey on, and the church came alive. Then another one she says is when Lynette came back doing homecoming, singing God is trying to tell you something. Everybody remember that when we did that?
That was the drama ministry.
Yeah. Talk about the drama, Wally. A lot of us don't know. The new members don't know how dramatic we are.
Yeah. So one of the best things that I have that one of the best things that I love that Antioch has done, you know, with Spike Waterman over here. You know, I'm an actor. I love arts and I love artists. I really love, you know, performing and things. So we have a wonderful. I'm so proud of our worship and arts ministry because we have you. People come. People have said to me like, "Whoa!" When we put on our productions and everything, people are so. I have people that say, "Oh, I came to church on this Christmas Sunday because I know that y'all gonna do something. I came to church on Easter because people have said that they come here. What one of my friends, Dwayne Scott, good friend of mine, he's an actor. He comes like they love it. We have a wonderful arts ministry here, and I always have to thank Rev for what people may not know. The first time Waterman acted in Antioch, it was he came to do his trial sermon. I don't know if it's trial sermon, but he was a candidate, and he did an Easter Sunday. So he had to be here at 6 o'clock in the morning. He did both services at 6 o'clock, but in between we would do the Easter plays for Sunday school, the Sunday school Easter plays. And at that time, the older adults said, well, you know what, you want to be an actor, you go ahead, I'm going to give you the script. And now you have to do the Easter plays. So they gave it to me. But I would look at these scripts and I'd be like, these things ain't it. So that's where Antioch was responsible for a lot of my creativity because they allowed me to just be open and take these scripts and I would always kind of make them today's things. So when he came that Sunday, I said, you want to be in the play? So he was like, I said, I'm gonna make it so easy for you. So you know, so he was like the narrator or something. But first of all, I really wanted him to be our pastor, right? So I wanted to expose him as much as I could, so that the people would, you know. But he did it. He was willing. And then now that he's the pastor, he has really opened up us to go ahead. You know, he started with these. What you used to call them, the sermons where they would be illustrated sermons, right? Which was great because this was the first time where people could actually envision the scriptures and things like that. And then Sheila Carpenter comes in and just enhanced it and just took it to another level. And I remember, Lord, we started having prostitutes in the sanctuary.
Shut up.
We first met Heavy. We first met Heavy because Leslie was a prostitute.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Bianca and myself.
Bianca and Leslie. This is the first time I met Heavy. The very first time we met Heavy.
So happy.
When Leslie and Bianca walked down the aisle.
To Beyonce.
To Beyonce, right? To Beyonce. To this big white man stood up and said, "Come on, I'll get y'all."
And he was not part of the play.
And he was not part of the
play.
So
Recognize something.
so with the arts ministry, we have wonderful dancers, we have actors, we have musicians, we have singers. We hit every aspect of the
And
arts.
Waleed, don't forget your pastor's not afraid to go against the grain to get the message across.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to do something different to get a different result.
Shock 'em.
So, you know, anybody out there, if you want to be an actor or it was always your dream, and come to Antioch, we will have you do something. Mama, I want to sing, act, dance, write, do poetry. So we have some wonderful, you know, people in our arts ministry, in our drama ministry. We have Leslie, Bielka, Hollis, you know, and everybody's professional. You know, Sheila is a renowned traveling singer, and you know, and
While you on that arts thing, I just have to say one thing about Antioch. Even before Sheila, after Sheila, but I shout you out, Sheila, because of Pastor Sheila, we have had some unique experiences and paychecks to go. I went to a part of New York I didn't even know, the High Line, standing like a mummy. I don't know what I was. I just know I had to stand there, sing, and do something. So I say shout out because I said I was a mummy. I was something. I just know I was there and I was a paid actor and I was happy. I said this wouldn't have happened if it was not for my church.
Sheila had us in Hershey Park. Well, I've been acting in the Hershey Park. Hear ye. So this is one of our wonderful things about Antioch. We're gonna go and
Sheila.
swing to the question that Rev got to ask again.
So what keeps you coming back besides
Yeah,
me?
Sheila. Well,
Oh, what keeps me coming back?
Besides me.
That's why I wanted to hear it.
Glory to God.
Purpose.
Mm.
Purpose and assignment. I know that the Lord has me here for a reason. And I'll be honest, for my husband and I to be ministering in 2 different places, that is a clear sign of calling, because we enjoy being together. You know, we enjoy worshiping together, and our children, we just, you know, it's a gel when we're together. But one thing I know for sure is when God does something, He does it right.
That's
He
right.
doesn't make any mistakes. And in the ministries that we both work in, they have become family. You know, like Pastor and Bishop Douglas are brothers. You know what I mean? Same thing in my music ministry. Pastor Perkin and Pastor are brothers. So, you know, it's just something that the Lord does. He brings people together and allows the kingdom work to get done in a grander way. You know, so it's purpose for sure.
I love it.
Good job.
Debbie?
Well, I've been a member of Antioch for about as long as the next season's been alive. And I've been there just so many, and because I've been here for so long, I have so many memories. It's kind of hard to zero in on one, but I've seen a lot of evolution in Antioch. Each pastor brought something, well, the 3 pastors that I've been under brought something different and refreshing. And they say the hits just keep on coming. That's what happens here. There's so much energy here. There's so much vibrancy here. And when I came with I've only been to 3 churches in my life. The church I grew up in, which was Brown Memorial Baptist Church. And then when I married, I went to Pentecostal Church. And then I came here. And I remember, because I had not been in many churches, and when I was there at the different churches, I was there for a while. And I remember coming here, and I lived right around the block on Van Buren Street, and I was visiting the different neighborhood churches because I said I want to find something that really, really works for me and my 2 sons.
How long you been here?
Since 1990, 35 years.
How many pastors?
3.
Hmm.
Under Reverend Elliott, yes, under Reverend Elliott. And when we came here, my oldest son said, let's join. The very first Sunday.
Oh, wow.
And I said, we can't join. We can't join right away.
And how old was he at the time?
Chuck was about, Chuck was a teenager. I don't know if you can't do math in my head. He was like a preteen. And they saw so many of the children that they knew from the neighborhood. And there was just so much to do. But he was young. They were both young.
Right. So that's a plug right there about seeing people that you know from the neighborhood.
Mhm.
Antioch has always
Yes.
been a neighborhood church, even though we have people from all over, but we're still considered a neighborhood church.
Right.
And so we want to just promote for those of you around our community, knowing that gentrification has changed it, but you're still in our neighborhood.
Right.
Gates Avenue, Marcy, Tompkins, you're in our neighborhood. Roosevelt, you're in our neighborhood. Lafayette, you're in our neighborhood. So if you always need a neighborhood church, everybody needs a neighborhood church.
Yes.
We are the church to come to because we have from janitor all the way through to Congress people that come and visit us. So it is that we don't look at what you wear, we only look at what's in your heart. And if you don't have it, by the time you leave, you'll get it.
Yeah, and Chuck is nicely in his 40s now, put it that way, and Julian is 5 years younger than him. And they just love the church. Again, they saw the people, they saw the activities, and I ended up becoming a youth leader while you were under that, and the trips that we would take. And I remember, God rest his soul, Brother Bo Gardner, and Wally, you might remember the trip we took to Hempstead Lake Park. And Brother Bo took Brandon Elliott I think it was Brandon on the motorcycle, and we rode in the van. Deacon Oscar Robinson, Oscar Brown drove us. And I remember that those were one of the many, many trips that we did. And they played basketball, they did all the park things. And then, was it Reverend Elliott who took you guys, I think, by the lake and did a Bible study, or was it Brother Bo? I can't remember. But it was just a lot of fun. And the funny thing about it is the youth ministry at that time was predominantly male. Remember? All the Crandall guys. All the Crandall guys. That was an army within itself. Julie was a little bit younger, so he wasn't quite as actually. But there was always something.
Yeah.
There was always something. And in this day and age, it's even more.
Innovation, like you said, yes. Look, Evolution, a podcast.
Yes.
We didn't have that.
Yes.
So we got many things that came since Rev's been here.
Yes, absolutely.
So the extensions of him and the
Yes.
people that come with him, what they bring with them.
Right.
So.
So once again, it's your anniversary. That's our topic today. And we got so many things that's going to be happening this weekend. So I'm going to go around the room and people are going to talk about what are they looking forward to. All these events that's happening from a Friday night. And matter of fact, people are preparing right now. Preparation on the Yellow Brick Road? No. Is the Red Brick Road? No. Is the Antioch Brick Road? So we want to go down this road so that you can experience. And we're going to go around the room. We're going to leave the host for last. So we leave the host for last. He's going to do all of it. And so we're going to bring him back. So we're going to start with I'm going to go to my right this time. And I'm going to go to our committee chair and say, let's see what she's excited about. Because everybody got an inkling. All right, so that everybody is looking now and saying what she's going to be excited about. But I know it'd probably be either that Sunday, somewhere in between the morning and the night event. Go ahead, Elder Carpenter. What are you going to be excited? One event. And yes, everybody's got to take one event. One event.
I'm going to tell you, it's hard for me because I conceptualized the entire weekend. But, I mean, come on. Concert.
See, that's not going to have to make you.
You know, the reunion concert I am uber psyched. I'm psyched about all of it. I'm psyched. I got to tell you, I'm psyched. The Legacy Walk, please.
But I want you to go back to the reunion choir. What would you say to the people that are out there right now who wants to come and sing and who does not know that the reunion choir is up and running?
I literally sent out, just before walking in to this room, I sent out to over 100 some odd people who have either walked through Antioch's doors at some point in their life whether it was under my leadership as the minister of music or former ministers of music, I've sent out a request for everyone. If you have ever participated in the worship ministry, whether it be dance, whether it be music, singing, or if you were part of the worship team, band, if you ever participated in the media department, any of the areas that fall under worship, we are looking for you to come home because there's no place like home this weekend, y'all.
So why are you
gotta
excited
be
about this
here.
reunion choir?
Because all of these folk, so listen, Antioch, since I've been here, has had some amazing singers who helped lead us in worship. When I first came here, one of the worship leaders was actually I started doing worship when I first came here, and then there was this little girl who came into our lives who was just a powerhouse.
Yes.
And she's coming home. Our own sister Lynette Rex. She is coming home. She's gonna be with us this weekend. And then we've had various leaders come. There's a brother who is dynamic. He just texted me and said, "What time you want me to be here?" David Victor is coming. He's gonna be with us.
Nice.
One of the most amazing psalmists, songstress, songwriters. She's my sister from New Jersey. She has blessed us in amazing ways. Elder Karen Jennings is going to be with us this weekend. It's just phenomenal. And oh God, one of my all-time, she's literally one of my favorite singers in the world. I mean, I could be biased because she's my niece, but she is amazing. And she wrote our communion song. So Nikki, Jennifer Moon, she's going to be with us this Sunday.
And I am a fan.
I know.
I love Lynette. I'm excited.
I know you are. I know you all of them. And then, and we can't not acknowledge who our current worship leader is. And once again, I don't want to be biased, but that's my baby. And he leads us in worship.
And she doesn't have to be biased.
He's so connected with Pastor because Kyle comes up with stuff, and I'm like, where did that come from? Pastor will say, give me some of that. And I'm like, what's he talking about? Kyle flows right in there. Because he was a young man. He was 12 years old.
12 years old when he came here.
And he's learned, and he knows pastors.
Spirit.
He does. He connects with them in the spirit. So we've got Kyle who's going to be with us. And then all of the singers who have passed our way through the years. So many of them are coming. And Pastor asked me just to talk about one. I'm thrilled about the reunion concert. So I say there is no place like home. If you are listening to me and you didn't know about this, you better be here this weekend, all right? Don't you miss it. That's going to be Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. We want you to come to everything.
Yes.
But Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m., we're going to have our reunion homecoming concert.
Come on in.
And then with our night of white, where we celebrate everybody.
And I'm going to switch. Here,
Ooh,
Maxine,
go ahead.
what are you excited about? We got about 6 events that's happening from Friday all the way through Sunday night.
I'm excited about the barbecue, so that's Saturday afternoon, because I like to party. And I get to party with my church. We're gonna have food, there's gonna be a DJ, there's gonna be health vendors, basketball.
That's
I'm
right.
excited about the jump rope contest, because I'm gonna win. Volleyball, what else we got? Ping pong. So it's a lot going on. Authors, we're gonna have an author's corner as well. There's gonna be a grill out there, so you get fresh
Featuring
food.
Leslie Janae Marshall.
All of
Have an author in the building.
So Saturday for our barbecue, I want to see you guys there. But you're not winning against me and the jump rope contest.
Hey, come on now.
Go back to Debbie. Debbie, what are you excited about this weekend?
I am equally excited about everything, but Sheila, I just got to tell you this. I had the opportunity on Sunday, waiting for my sister, to rehearse. So I said to Sheila afterwards, I said, well, I know one song. So I got to sing with you. And she said, come on.
I tell you, she'd give everybody a solo. Everybody gets a solo.
Everybody can come on and sing. I told you that.
You get a solo. You get a solo.
Where is somebody?
But I'm equally excited, so I'm glad that the two sisters took two of the things. I'm also excited about the meeting because that's the kickoff.
Yes.
And so many of us, and just as while Luke was talking about the history of Antioch, there were things that came back to my memory and things I couldn't remember exactly. So this is going to be an awesome opportunity because what is it? The Walk of Fame?
The legacy walk.
Legacy walk?
Yes.
The Legacy Walk, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already seen some of what's being put in place,
Oh, yeah.
and it's going to be so exciting. And I think that this is going to set the tone.
Yes.
It's going to set the tone.
Yes.
And then we go right into the prayer breakfast where
Oh, my goodness.
so many of our former preachers
Mm-hmm.
are going to.
So we're going to do one.
Okay.
All right. Back to Leslie Marshall.
Because y'all have said so many things I like, but I'm so thankful you said that because I'm tired of telling people church is not a boring place. At least not our church. We have fun, we laugh, we joke, we love God because we're real people. And I'm not going to be an old fogey. I'm like, why you got to leave me with the old fogey answer? But I am looking forward to the prayer breakfast because we live in a time where we know the word says, if my people who are called by my name, and that's us, we have to pray. And prayer is important. So there is a prayer breakfast. Prayer doesn't mean we're going to be praying from the time we walk in. We're going to eat.
Yes.
We're going to have some special guests, and I'm looking forward to that. But the prayer breakfast is something because no matter how much fun you have at church, if you don't have God, if you don't have prayer, even before we started this, we had a quick word of prayer because we know if we don't invite God, and nothing is going to be a success. So shout out to everything we're doing. I'm excited. But just like we start our day with prayer, we have to have prayer.
Come on.
So I'm looking forward to that prayer breakfast. Come and join us because we're going to eat in the word and we're going to eat in the physical.
Yes.
All right now.
Yes.
All right. Our host.
I'm excited.
Honestly,
about
go
everything.
just do it.
I'm excited about everything. I'm mentally prepared to be here but I am excited about the barbecue.
Okay.
That's my most. So I was happy Maxine said it because I'm like, Lord, I'm gonna be the only one saying the barbecue. It's probably gonna be like the barbecue, but I'm really excited about the barbecue. I don't know why. But I'm really excited about the barbecue. But everything, I'm ready. I'm prepared. I'm so excited. I done volunteered to clean the dumpsters. I volunteered to clean the dumpsters. So,
You getting in it?
Huh?
You getting in it?
I'm cleaning the dumpsters. I ain't saying nothing. But whatever needs to be done. But I'm really super excited about that. So I've been having these visions about what the day is gonna look like. So it's the barbecue, and it is honestly the night in white as well. The night in white. I'm looking forward to everybody coming in there white decked out. I have my white for about a month, so I'm ready. I have my white for about a month. Somebody showed me a suit, and I was like, "Oh, I need that." It's a nice summer, so I'm ready to put it on. On my way here today, I stopped by my tailor. I was like, "I gotta bring some pants to you." So we ready.
Yeah.
We are ready. And listen, we want y'all to be ready too.
That's right. We need you all to get excited.
Come on. You are invited. Now, we also have to let people know because we don't want people to, we do this and we celebrate our anniversary and it's also a fundraiser. Antioch, we do some wonderful things here, and we can't do it. Antioch members have been a blessing to Antioch throughout the pandemic. There are a lot of churches, and I have to, because this is serious, I want to reiterate this, that there's a lot of churches that have not opened since 2020. And there are churches that are currently closing their doors. And we have been blessed. Pastor Waterman, I call him Rev, is what I call him. But I thank God for the things that he placed in our pastor. And I thank God for pastor being obedient and smart enough to listen to God. During the pandemic back in 2020, when churches were closed, thank God, sometimes when you reflect on things, we don't understand why God, why is Antioch here? Why do we have that parking lot? When Rev first came to Antioch during his interview, I remember him saying, we would ask him about some of his visions, what he wanted to do. And one of the first things he said was, we got a whole parking lot back there. When was the last time y'all had a service back there? And we didn't. I don't know if you remember.
Yes.
We used to do probably one service in August, right in the front. Take the chairs out and do it right in the front, and that was it. And that was probably like maybe one weekend.
That's
We did it
right.
on Saturday, we did it on Sunday, but that was it. We never used the parking lot. And when Rev came and said that, but now look at what we do in that parking lot. And this since he's been here, but I remember I came under Elliot, so I had 3 pastors. But even though doing research and reading from Hela, there have been elevation from every pastor. Every pastor served its purpose. Reverend Lawrence was big in civil rights and had our civil rights leaders here. That was his purpose. Elliot brought some of the restoration and some of the programs and things here. He took us to a level spiritually that have been lagging from this. Now I wasn't there for Pell and Lawrence, but I can see and I remember praying. I really remember praying that God would send us somebody that would just take us somewhere holy, just take us spiritually to the next level. And when he came that first time, and he
Don't talk about
preached,
it.
no, and he preached, I was so disappointed because I told the story. I was so disappointed because when I read, I was on the pulpit search committee, so I saw this man had a Pentecostal background. I said, "Oh, he don't come, and he Baptist too." And he got in that pulpit and had us counting sheep. But Antioch was at a place of, and I know the leaders that told him, this is a 1 o'clock church. We get out here. This is what. But I'm glad. I'm going back to that. He listened to God, and threw his paper down, and we went from sleeping to swinging on his shoes. It was something amazing that needed to happen. So to be here in his, under him for 23 years, we have in that parking lot, like there's so much stuff, and he's a community guy too. He brought in community programs and different things, and different networks with the community and the politicians, which we need and which we need to understand. We need to forge these relationships with people today. On my way here, I walked through the night of the NYPD do they night out show, right? So they're there, and this and just to walk through and have the officers and politicians see me and go, "Oh, hey," give me hugs and give me kisses. That's because of him.
Of course, yes.
And I could go through a lot because we always had people that was here. So I'm excited, as y'all can see.
And so, as you heard, the meet and greet is one thing. We're asking all members to come back, get familiar with each other, not in a church setting, but really talking to each other while you do the walk, to understand the history of Antioch and its pastors. And after that, that prayer breakfast is going to set it off again, where all the former ministers that used to be a part of Antioch will be here speaking life unto you, those who have grown. You see, some of them became pastors, some elders, and they have just grown since the 23 years that we've been here. Not only that, then you go outside and have a fun fest, for our children, to make sure that everybody understands that God is fun. Because if God wasn't fun, He wouldn't create some of us. And if we look in the mirror and look at ourselves, there's a funny moment that's happening right there. And going from that fun moment, then we come back that Sunday morning, that the 107 anniversary. We need you to really to tell everybody. Don't take it for granted, because tomorrow's never promised with anybody. And it seems like the only time that we can really see anybody is at a funeral or a wedding or a reunion. But this is the reunion for you to come back. The 107 reunion, because there's a connection between the 7 and the 8. The one in the 7 is the one in the 7 is 8, and the 7 itself is ending and beginning. So we're ending and beginning again. Now we're renewing our fellowship and our reunion with those who are there. Come back, those who sing, who does worship, come and experience God in a new, fresh way. And then we're going to hit with the reunion choir, which is going to be off the chain. I need you all to come back. Those who used to sing, want to sing, got to sing, don't know how to sing, whatever. Sheila gives out solo. This could be your solo moment. You come back. I'm quite sure that mic is going to be flowing around to everybody on that choir. Somebody going to be up there doing Kirk Franklin. Somebody else is going to be doing some other songs. But the idea is that we come back and share this experience. We don't have to wait until we die in order for us to come back and do this fellowship. So we're trying to create a fellowship that people you have not seen in a while. Some of you we have not seen. We don't know where you are. If you hear our broadcast, our podcast, come on back. Let us see you. Let's ignite your faith. That we might be connected to you. And then we're going to close it with the night of white. The night of white, it reminds me of the purity that God has placed upon Antioch. Before every tent goes up, there's a dove that flies across this church. I don't know if a dove, for those of you who might say it might be a pigeon, but it's white. Whatever it is, I look for it every time before we put up the tent. I will come out here that night and look for the bird that flies across, and I know that the Spirit of God is upon us and continues to be with us. And that's what I love about God. No matter what we do and what we have done, He's still hovering over us. He's still there for us. So we're excited about all of these events that are happening, and we set it up, and we want to give kudos to our Elder Carpenter, who stepped up. And the worst thing that anybody can do in a church meeting is suggest something, because when you suggest it, you're going to be the one that do it.
Not just suggestions around here. He'll say, oh, go ahead.
So we just want to just invite you all, and then we're going to do a closing. Everybody's going to get a closing minute to encourage family and friends to come on out. And I'm going to start with my host, because he's going to work the room as he go. Go ahead, host Wally.
Well, y'all heard what I had to say. So I'm not going to say anymore, but come on out, bring your family out. Listen, as non-members, we as members, we have a duty. As non-members, we know that some of this stuff is has a cost and a charge to it, just to help out the church. However, don't let that stop you. If you don't have
Gwen says that. Gwen says, I live in Staten Island, but I will be in the
USA. Come on, Gwen. I can't wait to see you. Don't let anything hold you back. No money, no clothes, not having clothes. Come.
Please.
Oh, Maxine.
Well, I can't wait to see you guys on this weekend. I'll be one of the first faces you'll see, because I'm at the table. I'm at every table. But it'll be a good time for us to reconnect and get to know each other again, for those that we haven't seen. So I'll see you this weekend.
Yay!
Miss Richards.
Being on the committee, I've seen the hard work and the sacrifice that's gone into this. Thank you, Pastor Waterman, for your vision. Thank you, Pastor Waterman, for bringing so many resources. There's something for everyone in the life. Yes. The older, the not so old, the younger. There's something for everybody. So just please come on out. You won't regret it. Okay.
Leslie Tanae Marshall.
So we're hoping that you can make everything, but we do know that people have lives. I'm only asking you to support and come out and be a blessing, and you will be blessed. But if you can't make it, you can always bless somebody else. Right. So contact one of us and say, hey, I want to support somebody. I want to send somebody to the barbecue. I want to send somebody to the night of white. You know what? The concert is free, but I'm going to send somebody and come to the meet and greet. You don't want to miss it. The artists are out there right now setting up Antioch's Road that's going to take you from the beginning to the end. So come on out, be blessed. This might be God tapping on your shoulder. God is trying to tell you something. Come on out and be blessed at Antioch Baptist Church, 828 Green Avenue.
All right.
Or Intel on Lexington, 616.
Don't say 616. That's
Well,
somebody's
the street on 616. That's my Uber. 616.
And then we're going to end it with our chairperson, visionary, Elder Sheila Carpenter.
Amen, amen. So I just want to say to everyone, if this ministry has touched your life in any way, shape, or form, come home. Come on home. This is a time to come home. Mark, the 5th chapter says, go back to your land and tell the people what the Lord has done for you. It's testimony time.
Come on.
You come on home. We want to hear what God's been doing in your life.
Come on now.
We want to tell you what the Lord has been doing in our lives. And we want to love on each other this entire weekend. What we've asked, and this is really important, Trustee Gates, forgive me if I did not say this. Our fundraising goal is to help the Antioch Baptist Church install a lift elevator. That is our goal. We have a $30,000 goal. I don't want to scare anybody, but we have that goal. And I know we can reach that goal if each of us comes together to do a part of it. Pastor has asked for everyone who could to give $107 for the anniversary and $50 for the Night of White, and then everything will be included. I'm thanking everybody in advance for doing that. Our goal is to have 250 people registered, meeting Maxine at the registration table. Please, please, please. I'm just asking you, whatever you can do, please come and be a part of it. That 157 will include the entire weekend. Just come and be a part of it. But just like Waleed said, don't let any funds or anything stop you. Come on. Just come on home. Because there's no place like home. Love y'all.
And for those that are coming home that haven't been with Antioch, I'm excited for you to see the work that we have done.
Yes.
The past years. I can't wait for some of y'all to see the bathrooms,
Right.
especially the men's bathrooms. Y'all
They
know what that y'all know what that bathroom was. I want y'all to see.
Well, they don't have the great store we have. I look private store on the side. That's my store.
So the people that are coming home to Antioch that haven't been here in a while,
Yes.
I wish I could see everybody's faces because everybody's talking about the bathroom. So, come on, I can't wait till y'all see the balconies. We got seats in the balconies.
Yes.
We've been working so we've been blessed, and we just work, and this is because people come together
That's
and people give financially, and we are putting the money to the work.
That's right.
So we need these, especially this lift. We've been talking about elevator and elevator, so now we are able to do a lift.
Yes.
So if you have a mother that went on, home, a father, and that had the vision of the elevator and things like that, we are in the process of doing it now.
This is it.
So come on and look and see and give in honor of them.
That's right.
But we love y'all.
Yes.
And we thank God for you. And I will see y'all on Friday.
So once again, thank you for our host, Brother Waleed Crandall.
Thank you,
And your host, Pastor Rob,
Do we have to dress up on
Ignite
Friday?
Your Faith.
Do we have to dress up?
Friday night
Just
is
that.
a free willing. Come
Thank
as you are.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
For all of my young people that are out there, those who I consider birth, that's 23 years ago when I came here before you had your own families. I would love to see you, Sharif, and all of those that are out there.
Valerie,
Those who went to Georgia, wherever you are, come on back. Let me see you. I want to see my kids. I want to see y'all grow up because I know some of y'all had babies. Maxine have kids, Luce, and all you got kids. And your kids don't know me if you have not been here. And I would really love to lay hands on your children. As well as when I laid hands on you. So all those young people that are out there that's been under my tutelage back in the day, I want you to come back. I want to see you. I want to see your children.
Yes.
And I know it's been a while, and let's see each other be reunited back together. So again, I want to thank all our viewers that was out there. We had about 43 viewers that was with us today. You know, it's exciting to see you all with us. But all of you that are online, I need you to come back into church. If there's one day that you need to come in, I need you to come in this Sunday.
Yes.
This Sunday, right? Starting from Friday again, when let's meet and greet, and going into Saturday, the prayer breakfast, into the fun fest, and then coming on Sunday with 3 events: the main service, the reunion choir, and the night of white. So I want to see you all out there. Come back. Let me see you. If there's one time you could come offline, come offline.
Yes.
And come inside,
Yes.
so we can reunite back together. So I love you. I bless you. This has been Ignite Your Faith. And it's your anniversary. Sheila, you want to go out singing It's Your Anniversary? For those of you who don't know how to sing, you can just.
Today, this weekend
It is. It's your anniversary. Anniversary.
Hey.
Do you know what this weekend is? It's your anniversary.
It is our
Anniversary.
Don't want to miss it.
There's no place like home.
That's
right.
right. Follow the
That's
yellow
right.
red brick road.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a good night.
Yay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That was fun, everybody. The boys.
Yay.
Beautiful.
Thank
That
you,
was
Father.
great, guys.
Thank you, Lord.